Hey everybody, this video brings us out to Winter Garden, Florida. And the reason why we are in winter, the reason why we are getting all choked up here in Winter Garden, Florida is because we are here to check out the Winter Garden, Florida Goodwill. It's been about the Crow is excited about this as well. Crow's also getting choked up over the idea of thrifting at the Winter Garden Goodwill. Been about a week or so since I've last been in here. I was out in the area driving past, so I figured why not pop in and check them out, see what they have. Hopefully today we find some good deals. Definitely found some cool stuff in here. Last week when I was inside this store, I believe I had some good luck on my side that day. So I'm hoping today I have some good luck on my side once again, and hopefully today we find some good deals, and hopefully the rain holds out. I'm hoping that once I'm done thrifting, it's not pouring down rain out here. If it wants to rain while I'm inside, I'm okay with that. But while I'm outside, I would prefer it not to be raining. So, all right, let's pop into the Goodwill. Hopefully we'll beat the rain. Hopefully we'll find some good deals. Okay, so recently I've been heading just immediately back into the media section, but today I'm gonna go old school and go right up here into the Disney section. I'm seeing an Abby Cadabby, right? That's who that is. Not Disney. I mean, Michael Eisner wanted it to be Disney, but not Disney. I do have some Tsum Tsums here, but I don't really care about the Tsum Tsums. Although the Edna Mode Tsum Tsums are pretty awesome, but I don't need those. We've got a whole bunch of Mickey ears and Minnie ears, but I want to say anything here that's actually legit, Danielle already has, so I don't think we need any of those. And I don't know, the Disney section just kind of seems to be a little bit lacking today. Not really much here of any interest. The cup is pretty awesome, but I don't need that. Unfortunately, I don't see any Vinyl or anything like that. Yeah, the Disney section does appear to be lacking a little bit. Usually it actually extended over here, but it looks like they've actually extended the bag section instead. So, all right, probably not going to be picking anything up. Although, wow, look at that Minnie Mouse. That is cool. Amazon exclusive art series pop for $10. I don't need that. I'm gonna pass on that too, but that's pretty cool actually. But all right, I'm not finding any Vinyl. I'm not seeing any Disney I actually want. So I think those are kind of, are those, wait, did somebody write on those? I think so. Anyway, not finding anything over here I want to pick up. So, all right, moving on from Disney. And we're going to be moving on from the Disney and heading immediately now into the media section. This, of course, is what we came here for. This is the whole thing. The whole reason why we're here today is for the media. And I'm seeing a whole lot of Blu-ray there. I'm seeing a whole lot of Blu-ray right there. So, all right. We just walked in here and I'm already kind of getting excited because there's a whole lot of Blu-ray. Although again, everything's $4 here. So will I be buying a lot of this? I don't really know, but they've got Blu-ray. I know I literally say this every time I come into the store, but again, I'm just not the biggest fan of paying $4 a piece for movies I technically already own, but I'm just picking up to have a second copy in the van. When it comes to stuff I'm picking up for the van, I really don't want to pay more than like $2 for a title because I already own the movie in my main collection. I'm just buying a second copy, so I want to keep it cheap. I know I can find pretty much all this stuff pretty cheap if I just go to yard sales and flea markets and stuff like that. But I am seeing something here that I am kind of tempted to pick up, and that is The Night Before. I know it's $4, but it's not a movie I come across all that often on Blu-ray, so I think I might actually want to pick this up. I do watch this every single Christmas. I love that movie. Great holiday movie. Stay. Anyway, pretty awesome. That I think I might actually pick up for $4, whatever. I don't want to pay $4 for it, but I might end up paying $4 for it. Pretty cool to see things like Hardcore Henry here, which is pretty awesome. They definitely have some good movies here. Again, it's just not movies I necessarily want to be dropping $4 on, even though they do have a huge chunk of the Marvel movies. I do need a bunch of those. I have some of them. I have a bunch of these for the van, but I don't have all of these. But again, at $4 a piece, I'm like, I don't know. They're not exactly obscure movies, especially some of like the earlier movies, like basically all these movies right here. I see these all the time at flea markets and yard sales and whatnot. So I'm just gonna hold off. I'm not going to pick these up because I know I can find them for cheaper. Those are not gonna be hard to find. They do also have cool things like Zombieland, which I think I actually already have for the van. They've got Yogi Bear 3D with the lenticular slip. That's kind of cool, but I don't need that. I have that. And they also have a 3D triple feature of IMAX titles. IMAX Galapagos 3D, IMAX Into the Deep 3D, and Mummies 3D. All pretty cool, but I don't need that either. So again, they have cool things, lots of awesome Blu-rays, but I think out of all the Blu-rays, the only one I'm actually going to pick up is The Night Before. I'm kind of tempted to pick this up as well because it's kind of more of an obscure Disney title. It's Child Star, The Shirley Temple Story. Not really one that a lot of people, I think, have in their collections. I don't know, but I know it's kind of more obscure. It's not a title I find out in the wild very often, but I guess it's not really all that rare, or maybe not all that sought after, because I looked it up on eBay quickly to see just how rare this was, and it doesn't go for very much. So I guess it's really not all that obscure, all that rare. I don't know, or maybe people just don't want this movie because they don't know this movie exists. I already have this in my collection, so I don't need this, but I am still kind of tempted to pick it up just because it is kind of more obscure and rare. I don't know. Again, the $3 price tag kind of has me going, If it was like $1 at a yard sale or a flea market, I'd buy this in a heartbeat. I wouldn't even think about picking this up. Yeah, I'd grab a second copy, but I don't know. For $3, I'm thinking maybe not. I am finding a few more Blu-rays, things like Road Warrior. That's pretty cool. There's Star Trek Into Darkness, which is neat. They've got rental copies of Funny People and Semi-Pro. I don't need any of that stuff, so I'm gonna end up passing on that. And I don't know, I'm gonna have to go through all this for like a second, third, maybe fourth time, but I'm not really seeing anything else I necessarily need to pick up. I think it's all stuff I have, or that is maybe just a little bit too expensive, or that again, I do actually want to have a copy of for the van, but just on a different format. So again, I'm gonna double check. Maybe there's something else here I need, but I'm starting to think that maybe it's just gonna be the one Blu-ray. Okay, so I was just about to say that this is gonna do it for the media. I've looked through all this like 2 or 3 times now. I'm not finding anything else I necessarily need to pick up. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the movies. But then I was going through all the CDs, again, finding nothing I wanted to pick up. But then as I was about to leave, an employee came out and put both of these onto the shelves, and I am absolutely picking both of these up. We've got the Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS, Wii U, a smashing soundtrack. This is the soundtrack to Super Smash Bros. So yeah, I'm gonna be picking that up, and I'm also picking up the Legacy Collection release here of the Lion King soundtrack. I already have the Lion King soundtrack. I do not have the Legacy Collection release of it, so that is absolutely awesome. And I think, did he put this out too? Oh wait, that's Guardians of the Galaxy. I didn't even see that. I mean, I don't really need the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack. I mean, it's pretty cool, it's pretty awesome, but I don't really need that. Okay, that's cool. I don't need that. That will not end up making it onto my my iPod. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cool, but I'd rather have just like best ofs of like all these bands. In fact, some of these bands I do already have the best of albums for, so I don't really need this. But the other 2 CDs, I'm absolutely picking up some pretty cool finds here. I'm happy. Not a huge haul, small haul here of media that I'm picking up, but I am definitely grabbing all of this. But again, I think that's gonna do it. I just don't see anything else I need. Yeah, it's cool to see things like Cheap Thrills. That is awesome, great movie, but I don't really need a second copy of that. And even if I did for $4, I would probably just end up passing. So, all right, I don't know. I feel like maybe I should look just one more time, but I think that's gonna be it. If only things were just a little bit cheaper, maybe like $1 cheaper, I would be buying stuff like this, the Loverboy Lucky 7 romantic comedy double feature set. Now, Loverboy is a fantastic movie. Patrick Dempsey, I love that movie, so incredibly good. I've never seen Patrick Dempsey though in Lucky 7. I kind of have no real interest in Lucky 7, but regardless, I would probably grab this for like $2. I know it's only $3, but I already have Loverboy in my collection, and I don't really need Lucky 7. I really have no interest in that movie whatsoever. So I would buy this just because it's a cool set with one movie I actually do enjoy. But I don't know, for $3, I'm kind of just like, I don't really need this. I want this, don't get me wrong, it's cool, but I don't really need it. I feel like I'm kind of wasting my money. I feel like I'm basically spending $3 on a movie I don't want and a movie I already have. So do I need this? Oh. But do I want Loverboy for the van? You see, okay, now I'm thinking maybe I do want to pick this up, put this into my main collection, put my single copy of Loverboy in the van collection. Maybe. And that's why you always look for a second, third, sometimes fourth time, because you never know what else you might find. I'm gonna pick up the double feature set there. Yeah, I think I do want Loverboy for the van. I love that movie. It's such a fantastic film. A movie I definitely grew up watching. Yeah, kind of. I remember watching that movie, at least when I was younger anyway. So I do want it for the van. So I'm gonna grab this for my main collection and then stick my single copy of Loverboy into the van collection. So all right, I'm paying $3 for it. I would like to be paying maybe like $2 for it instead, but I'll pay the $3. So okay, I'm finding some media today. Again, not a huge haul of media, but a haul, and I'm happy with my finds. And of course, I'm looking through the mugs. Why? Again, I don't know. I feel like I have to always look through the mugs, even though I know I'm probably not actually going to pick anything up. Although, look at the cool Pikachu glass here. I think it's actually, yeah, that's made of glass. That is cool for only $4.99. That's kind of tempting, but I guess I don't really need the glass. I don't know. I mean, does Sean really need just like a random glass? No, probably not. So I'm going to end up passing on that. And I don't really see anything else over here in the mugs I want to pick up. I was going to say mugs are a bust, but is it really a bust if you're not really looking for anything? You're just kind of like, I don't know, perusing, if you will. Yeah, that's cool. That's pretty awesome. But anyway, now, mugs are not a bust because I wasn't really looking to pick up a mug in the first place. I'm just passing on the mugs. God? Okay, I'm making my way back towards the toys, but in the meantime, I'm gonna go up and down all the other aisles. I'm finding a Minnie Mouse bowl. I don't really know what that is. Gonna pass on that. Here's a set of Funko Pop like Marvel glasses. Those are kind of cool for $20. I don't need those, so I'm not gonna pick those up, but they are kind of interesting. Antiques Roadshow, the game. They made a game on that. I love watching Antiques Roadshow. It's just a tip. There's literally nothing inside there. Anyway, I love watching the show. Never knew there was a game for it, let alone a tin for the game. And check out the Hawaii monkey. I had one of these back in the day. I guess I had a family member. I don't know where my family member went to. I don't know where my coconut monkey came from. But I had a coconut monkey. I remember actually putting change into it. I had a whole monkey full of change. I wonder whatever happened to that thing. I hope I took the money out of it. I have no idea. That is cool, but I don't need a Hawaii monkey, so not picking that up either, unfortunately. But all right, again, making my way back towards the toys, and hopefully in the meantime we'll find something else that's just interesting that maybe I want to pick up. I hope. Here's a DVD VCR combo, but I'm going to assume no HDMI. No, it has S-video. That's pretty cool. And it even has, look at that. It even has the cords. That is interesting. But yeah, as I always say, no HDMI, no buy. Not that it matters because I have like 5 HDMI VCR DVD combos, and I don't need 5 of them. I need maybe 1 tops for backup. So why I have all those, I don't know. Don't need any more, but I will fully admit if it had an HDMI output, I might have bought it. Okay, no joke. This is actually kind of tempting. This is a grill press. That is a maybe. And ow, I just clunked myself in the wrist with that thing. It's cast iron. This is a maybe because I have a grill press at home, but it has it's like in the shape of a pig, which is cool. But then like anytime you actually use it, like you really have to scrub the heck out of it to get all the all the grease and meat and whatnot out of the nooks and crannies. This is just flat. This is probably what I should have bought in the first place. Do I want this for $5? I mean, kind of. Like, no joke. I could literally use a grill press. I'm trying to think, am I gonna have a grill in the van? I'm gonna have like a George Foreman grill in the van. I don't think I'll have like a flat top. Still, with that being said, do I want to pick this up? I'm leaning towards, yeah. It's times like this I wish the Goodwills here had those little rolling baskets like they had back in Pennsylvania, because I don't want to push a whole cart around for just this. But the cast iron grill press, it weighs a little bit, and it's making just carrying something this small kind of stink. I wish I could be wheeling this around instead of actually like carrying this around, but I guess it is what it is. Don't get your tinsel in a tangle. I kind of like that. And just like the mugs, I always have to look through the artwork as well. Not that I ever pick any of this up either, although I kind of dig the animal prints there. But I don't know. I always just have to look. I do usually see pretty cool pieces of artwork. I just never actually buy any of it. Is that? There's Pamela Anderson. Look at that. Baywatch Pamela Anderson. Who had that hanging up in their house, and where did they have that hanging up in their house? That is, it's nicely framed as well. That's kind of awesome. And oh my gosh, check this out. It's the Untouchables. Yash. It's the Untouchables. Okay, that is, I feel like stomping my feet. That is really cool. Things I want, but things I don't need. If I even had the slightest idea where we'd hang it up in Sean's room, I'd get that. But anyway, okay, all right. I kind of want the Pamela Anderson print, but I don't need it. Okay, finally made my way back here into the toy section, and right away I am finding some Funko Pops of Captain Marvel characters and more Captain Marvel. And this is cool. Scarlet Witch. If Danielle did not already have this, I know she has this one. If she did not have this, I would probably end up picking this up for her for only $7. Yeah, I would totally grab that for her, but I know she has that one. She loves the Scarlet Witch. Wanda is her all-time favorite, like superhero, supervillain, whatever you want to call Scarlet Witch, whatever you want to call her. It's her favorite Marvel character. So that is cool, but she has it, does not need it. This, however, and no, I'm not talking about the Hershey little bear here. That's cool. Again, Pennsylvania here in Florida. This is what I think I'm going to end up picking up. This is the perfect shot. This is for the Nintendo Wii. You put your Wii remote in there, and you shoot your whatever your video games. You can even hook the nunchuck up to this. So that is cool for only $4. I'm grabbing this for Sean. I used to have one of these back in the day when I had my own Wii. Back when the Wii first came out, I immediately bought one of these because like the gun system they had for the Wii that like Nintendo put out was really terrible. This was so much better. I loved using this thing. So, all right, yeah, for $4, I'm grabbing this for Sean. Although, let's be honest, am I really buying this gun accessory for Sean? I mean, yes, I am buying it for his video game collection. I'm gonna give this to him to put into his video game collection, but am I maybe more buying it for me and a couple of shooting games that I bought for him and his collection that I really bought because I wanted to play? Maybe. Again, things I want, but things I don't need. Do I really need the Batwing? No. Only $20 though. Look at that. That is really awesome. 2023. So it's a newer one, but that is cool. I mean, I could hang that up in the library somewhere, right? That is pretty tempting. I guess I don't really need it though, but that is so incredibly cool. And I'm trying to figure out what is this right here. I don't know what this is. It's Sonic and Amy Rose, but it's like Valentine's, and then it's like this weird like thing. I don't. What is this? Comments down below. I can't figure out what you're supposed to do with this thing. I don't get it. It's plush sitting on top of a thing. What is this? All right, so I think that might actually do it for the toy section. I'm not really finding anything else, even though they do have some cool plush, like the Pokeball there. They have a Pikachu down there. No tags on those, unfortunately. Again, the weird Sonic Amy Rose thing that I can't figure out what it actually is. It's pretty cool, but I'm gonna pass on that. They had a Super Mario Brothers power-up mushroom plush with tags on the other side, but the pricing just wasn't right. The plush looked kind of cheap, like carnival game plush. So it was cool. Had it been cheaper, I may have picked it up for Sean, but at that price, they were asking for a cheap plush. I had to say no. So, all right, is that gonna do it? I mean, we have to go check up front first, but I think we're just about done. Hold on, wait a minute. There's actually one more thing over here in the toy section I'm finding. This is pretty cool. I think I am gonna pick this up. It's a Miami Dolphins helmet for only $1.99. I'm gonna grab this for Max. Again, Max is very difficult to thrift for because he's not really into like toys and collectibles and video games and things like that. He loves his sports and he does not need sporting equipment. So when I find stuff like this, I like to grab it for him. I know he loves his Miami Dolphins. So, all right, for $1.99, I'm gonna pick this up for Max. That's now the second time in a row at a Goodwill store I found something for Max. Usually I find nothing, but today I'm finding this. Although it is a little sticky. Yeah, I'm gonna have to to clean this off when I get home. The helmet, I think the plastic is just becoming sticky over time. I'll clean it up. I'll make it right as rain. I'll make it good for Max. So again, I think that's gonna do it for toys. I'm not really finding anything else. Although the Domino Rally is pretty awesome. That is kind of tempting to pick up, but I'm gonna end up passing on that. So all right, that is gonna do it for the toy section. By the way, that lady there, the lady with the bag, I've been trying to figure out what she's doing. She keeps coming up and down the aisle and like all throughout the aisles. I'm thinking, what is she doing? I don't think she works here. She has no name tag on. She looks just like a shopper, but she's been organizing the shelves. So very weird. I don't quite understand what she's doing, because if she's not an employee, why is she organizing the shelves? To each their own. I mean, in all fairness, I have been known to organize media shelves. I have gone in the stores where the movies are just in disarray. The shelf is just completely destroyed. Movies are just thrown all over the place. And I have taken said movies and I have reorganized them on the shelves. So, all right, fair enough. All right, so again, we are pretty much just about done here, but I do have to check the front register area. They have a couple of guitars. They've got a Panic in Gotham City. I don't know what that is. Is that it's like a Harley Quinn, I think, like bust or statue or something. That's kind of interesting. There's a pop remix, the history of rock and roll they have, and oh my gosh, they still have the Annabelle. Yeah, I'm walking away from that. And I'm not really finding anything up front here either on the table. They do have some more Pennsylvania, some more Hershey's here in Florida. And they also have a Walking Dead at Dorbs, which is kind of cool, but I don't need that. So I think that's gonna do it for the Goodwill. I'm not finding anything else. It's also getting extremely crowded inside the store. By the way, there's a lady who is like reorganizing the aisle. No, she's definitely a shopper. So again, I'm very confused, but like I said, I've been known to do it. So all right, so we are done here at this Goodwill. I just wanted to pop back over here. Anyway, so again, we are done here at this Goodwill. I did just want to quickly look at the media again because they were putting some new stuff out, but there's nothing over there I want, so gonna end up passing on on all of that. So they are putting new stuff out. I'm like tempted just to kind of like hang around and see what else they put out, but I'm gonna say we're done, mainly because the store is just getting ridiculously crowded, and I don't like ridiculously crowded stores. So all right, I found some cool stuff. I'm happy with my finds. I'm leaving. All right, guys, so that's gonna do it for the Winter Garden Goodwill, where I found some pretty cool stuff. Definitely happy with my finds. Honestly, probably the coolest finds were those CDs. I'm very happy I just happened to be there as the employee was putting those out. He put them on the shelf. I looked over and I saw Smash Bros, and I got kind of excited there, and then turns out there were 2, almost 3 CDs I wanted to pick up. Maybe a mistake I passed on the Guardians, but again, it would not make it onto my iPod, so my iPhone. So why bother to buy it? But I got a new grill press. I'm excited about that. It's going to go into the van. I got a cool Wii accessory for Sean. I got a cool Miami Dolphins helmet to put on display in Max's room. That's pretty cool. So all in all, not bad. Oh, and the Loverboy double feature set, which is kind of awesome, even though I had to pay $3 for it. And the night before, which is also pretty awesome for the van, even though I had to pay $4 for it. But all in all, some pretty cool finds. Definitely a good trip out to Goodwill. But all right, guys, with that, it is crazy warm. It's not raining. The rain clouds have gone that way. We missed the rain, but the sun is just as bad. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it. So, as always, thank you all so much for checking out this video. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Check down below for links to check down below for links to Porky Pig. Check down below for links to Patreon. Check down below for links to Spreadshirt. Hit the join button to become a member of this channel to gain early access to all my videos. Also, check down below for a link to my other channel, Retro Resta, for daily adventure videos. And if you guys like this video, again, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, because if you do hit that subscribe, I need caffeine. And if you do hit that subscribe button, then I will see you guys in the next video. All right, that's going to do it, guys. I think the sun's just melting my brain at this moment. All right, thanks for watching. Have a good one. I'll see you all in the next video. But only if you hit the subscribe button. All right, bye.